The question is the motion be agreed to, and I give the call to the member for Higgins.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I rise to thank the member for Moreton for moving this motion and providing this opportunity to speak on a topic from me, a dedicated bookworm. Books inspire the future generations of Australians. Books and learning to read plays an important role in literacy skills and early development of all children. As a paediatrician and mother of 4, some of my most special moments was listening to my children read and seeing their confidence grow. From Possum Magic through to the Harry Potter series, which I read in its entirety with my children. Now, Mr Deputy Speaker, earlier this year in May, there was a national simultaneous story time. In fact, this was the 21st successive year of this event. This year's event combined literature with science, both passions of mine. Children from right across Australia and New Zealand came together in libraries, schools, preschools, childcare centres, family homes, bookshops and many other places. 2021 was the biggest and most successful national simultaneous storytime to date, with over 1.29 million participants at over 14,000 locations, including participants from New Zealand, Thailand, UK, Canada, Singapore, Vietnam and Hong Kong. The book for this year was titled Give Me Some Space by Philip Bunting and was read, quite remarkably, by the astronaut Dr. Shannon Walker from the International Space Station. The book centres around a young child called Una who is fascinated by space. A quote from the book: "Una dreams of a life in space. Life on Earth is just so-so, but how will she get there? And will she complete her mission to discover life in space?" This dream of Una's, and along with many other children, Australian children who are also finding life so-so through the COVID lockdown, will be able to dream big soon, with the recent announcement by the Morrison government of Australian technology being sent to the moon, and along with the pending lifting of COVID restrictions in my home state of Victoria, where we have endured, unfortunately, the longest lockdown in the world. The agreement made between the Morrison government and NASA in including an Australian-built rover will be the first piece of Australian technology to be deployed on the moon. Mr Deputy Speaker, literacy has never been more important than as the present. The fight against COVID has been a marathon event, and with every vaccination, COVID becomes a less deadly disease for us all. But we can't forget the shadow impacts of the COVID pandemic, including the mental health impacts, particularly on our children. In late August 2021, the Murdoch Children's Research Institute, where I used to work, released a report outlining the enormous impact COVID is having on the mental health and well-being of our young, particularly the most disadvantaged. The report says that prolonged school closures and lockdowns will exacerbate these impacts. Due to the lockdown, students across Australia have been missing out. Through the pandemic, face-to-face learnings have been replaced with online classes. And let's be clear, parents have been given a unique insight into the work, the amazing work involved in educating our children. But Mr Deputy Speaker, it's not only parents, but it's our crucially important public libraries, such as the Stonington Library and the Glen Ira Library in my electorate of Higgins, that have had to pivot and adapt their services to provide important programs for children, such as Storytime, Baby Time, Children's Holiday Program and Literacy Festival. These have all been delivered online in my electorate of Higgins. For the most vulnerable in our society, there was also the home library service. But Mr Deputy Speaker, it's not just about the books on the shelves our libraries serve or provide service for. Our libraries have become a source of information during the pandemic, such as by assisting people with finding where the nearest vaccination hub is, or assisting job seekers with online courses for resume writing. Statistics don't lie. Reading has so many benefits. Readers are 28% less likely to report feelings of depression. 1 in 5 claim that their reading habits prevent feelings of loneliness. They are 10% more likely to report good self-esteem than non-readers, and this increases to 18% if they read for at least 30 minutes a week. Readers are also more likely to report greater life satisfaction, and who can argue with losing your head in a book? I reflect on my own childhood when I discovered my passion for reading, when through my favourite childhood books of Enid Blyton's The Magic Faraway Tree and C.S. Lewis's The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe series. These books ignited my passion for reading through magic and mystery. Therefore, Mr Deputy Speaker, I encourage everyone to pick up a book, scroll an e-book, listen to an audiobook and immerse yourself in the magic of reading. where anything is possible. Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker.
I call the member